about yourself?
We rolling.
All right, we're here with Charlie Moore, signing class of 1971.
Yes, sir.
And a member of Harvey's Wallbangers. I mean, that is a group that had the big bats in baseball. What was it like to be a part of that?
I tell you what, it was so much fun. You know, the big thing is everybody got along on that team. You know, you always seem to always have one or two guys that are kind of jerks, but that 25 guys, man, we got along so well, and plus we had a lot of great players. I always say that if we played in the stadium they play in now, that there ain't no telling how many home runs we'd hit. I might have hit 5.
You know, Gorman was a guy that was doing some big things.
Oh.
You know, one thing that people didn't realize was he had a lot of power, but he was a lot faster than what people thought.
Yeah. And he covers center field very well. Yeah.
And Ted Simmons was a guy that could
Yep.
be a cerebral type catcher. What was it like being around a guy like Ted?
Oh, him and Pete Vukovich. You know, we got him from St. Louis in '81, a big trade with Simmons and Raleigh Fingers. And he was so smart. I mean, he was a baseball man through and through. He always talking baseball, you know, different situations in the game, what we need to do here, what we need to do there. So he was a pleasure. Well, one reason I ended up in right field is we got Simmons, and I moved from behind the plate. And I went to our general manager to ask him, I said, you think I could try out for a different position? I knew we were thin in right field. I said, give me a shot. And it so happened he did, and I ended up earning a starting job. Sure did, yeah.
There's a lot of guys that people talk about to this day, Molitor and Robert Young.
Yeah.
Cecil Cooper at first base.
Don Money.
Don Money, yeah. These are guys
Yeah.
that really were able to push through. And when you guys got to the World Series, that year, a lot of people didn't count you in. Well, you know, toward the end, you guys beat California. You beat them at home.
Yeah.
I think Rock and Roll makes blast out in that game.
Well, if you the way we went about it, we went to Boston on the last road trip. We go to Boston and we sweep Boston. We go to Baltimore at last weekend of the season, and we were 3 games up with a 4-game series. Baltimore beat us the first 3 games. So we ended up on Sunday beating them. We beat Jim Palmer that day, which was good. Of course, Robert Young hit 2 home runs, I think. And so we ended up selling. Then, of course, the California Angels. We get home, and then we had to fly. We flew straight from Baltimore to California. And we ended up losing the first 2 games. You know, back then it was the best out of 5, I guess. And we lost the first 2 games there. And we fly back to Milwaukee. It was cold. I said, well, we got these California boys right where we want them. And it was cold and windy, and we ended up, you know, beating them to go to the World Series. Yeah.
You know, Don Baylor hit a ball that actually got blown back in.
Yes.
So,
oh, yeah. Don Baylor hit that. I was in right field. When he hit that, I said, oh, no. But you could see that wind, the ball just started going back in the playing field. I said, wow.
Well, you signed with Milwaukee out of high school, and that's your home team, but what was it like for you to leave and have to go to Toronto?
Terrible. Don't get me wrong, Toronto was a nice city. They treated you well, treated me well, and I can't say nothing about that. I don't remember, you remember the, all that collusion that went on? I got caught up in that. And
well, you know, I'm rambling, I'm sorry, I'm going on a tangent, but let's talk about Rickwood. Rickwood is right in your backyard. You grew up playing there, and now Major League Baseball is coming to your hometown.
Oh, man, yeah.
How big a deal is that?
It is. It's a big deal. And, of course, me and Ron played in the East-West All-Star game there. I played in the, when I was a junior at minor, we played in the county championship there. And I think we beat Phillips at that time and to win the county. Yeah, so there's a lot of good memories there. I've been out a couple times and looked at progress. It's amazing what they're doing out there, you know.
What is it that you want the world to know about your hometown and your hometown ballpark?
My hometown has changed a lot to the better. I mean, I feel comfortable going anywhere in Birmingham, and there's so many nice places to go, things to do, and I live just a little bit north of Birmingham in Gardendale, and fine little town, and but I was glad to come back. We could have stayed up there in Milwaukee and done stuff with the ball club and everything, but I wanted to go back home. Family's here, and came back, was able to, because I think when I left home for the first, so I was 17 when I left home, and my older brother, he was like 7, 8 years old, and I had another brother who's probably 5. So my mother and father started a second family with my older sister. Yeah, because I think my older sister was, Karen was a senior in high school, and my mother had a baby, had my youngest brother. So
Amazing what a signing bonus
yeah,
can do.
yeah. I said, Dad, you got to figure that out.
This will be my last question. 'Cause
Okay.
I know I said I wouldn't keep you long, but you bring up family, and how important was it for you to be able to have your family present, and for your dad to possibly come and see you play in the big leagues?
Oh gosh, I think it took. I think I might have been in my 3rd year. That the first year or so we'd go back and forth, rent a place, go back to Birmingham and go back. Finally, when the kids got a little bit older enough, we decided to buy a place in Milwaukee. So we stayed there, and oh yeah, there's nothing like having family with you. Plus, your wife will keep you in line.
This is true. You spend a lot of time with Baba Jack. You guys sign on the same day.
Oh,
you play
man.
against each other. He's starting some things for kids in the community.
Yeah.
Just your thoughts on that, how important it is for these kids to be able to have that type of opportunity with a professional and be around guys like that.
Oh, I think it's a great opportunity. I hope Ron's Baseball Foundation, I hope everybody can help to contribute to it, make it grow, because there's nothing like something like this for the inner city, for the kids. That's what he's looking at. I hope the city will help him maybe build a facility. I think it'd be great, and if I could help him in any way, I will do it.
I think we should name one of the fields Charlie Moore.